Challenges faced by people with disabilities in accessing public spaces. Access to public spaces is a fundamental right for all individuals, regardless of their physical abilities. However, for people with disabilities, this access can be fraught with challenges. Public spaces, including parks, transportation systems, government buildings, and shopping centers, are often not designed with the needs of disabled individuals in mind. This creates significant barriers that hinders their ability to fully participate in social, economic, and cultural activities. In this article, we will explore the various challenges faced by people with disabilities in accessing public spaces, the impact these challenges have on their lives, and the steps that can be taken to create more inclusive and accessible environments. Number 1. Physical barriers in public infrastructure. One of the most common challenges that people with disabilities face is the lack of physical accessibility in public infrastructure. This includes issues such as stairs instead of ramps, narrow doorways, inaccessible restrooms, and lack of elevator in multi-story buildings. These barriers make it difficult, if not impossible, for individuals with mobility impairments to navigate public spaces safely and independently. The physical layout of public spaces can create exclusion, limiting the mobility and autonomy of individuals with disabilities. Lack of access to essential services and venues can prevent them from fully participating in society. Public spaces should be designed with accessibility in mind from the outset, incorporating universal design principles that cater to all users, including those with disabilities. Do not ignore or dismiss the importance of accessible infrastructure. The presence of ramps, elevators, and wide doors are not optional. They are necessary for inclusion. Number 2. Inadequate transportation systems. Accessible transportation is crucial for people with disabilities to access public spaces. Unfortunately, many public transportation systems, such as buses, trains, and subway stations, are not fully accessible. Issues like lack of ramps, elevators, or space for wheelchairs, as well as inadequate assistance for passengers with disabilities, create significant barriers to mobility. Additionally, people with visual or auditory impairments often face difficulties when navigating public transportation systems that do not include necessary signage or audio assistance. Without accessible transportation, people with disabilities are often confined to their homes or restricted to certain areas, limiting their independence and social participation. This lack of access exacerbates social isolation and inequality. Governments and transportation agencies should prioritize the implementation of fully accessible transportation systems, including ramps, wide seating areas, braille signage, and audio cues. Do not assume that limited access to public transportation is a minor issue. It directly impacts the quality of life for people with disabilities, reducing their ability to engage with society. Number 3. Social stigma and discrimination. In addition to physical and logistical barriers, people with disabilities often face social stigma and discrimination when accessing public spaces. The stereotypes and misconceptions about disabilities can lead to negative attitudes and discriminatory behavior, which can make individuals with disabilities feel unwelcome or excluded. For instance, people may not offer assistance when needed, or they may take up accessible parking spaces without a valid reason, thereby reinforcing social marginalization. Social stigma and discrimination contribute to feelings of alienation, reducing the self-esteem and mental well-being of people with disabilities. This stigma further reinforces physical and institutional barriers to inclusion. Promote education and awareness campaigns to challenge stereotypes and encourage positive attitudes toward people with disabilities. Public spaces should be safe and welcoming environments for all individuals. Do not tolerate behaviors that discriminate against people with disabilities. Inclusively start with respect and understanding, and public spaces must uphold these values. Number 4. Lack of awareness and training among service providers. Another challenge faced by people with disabilities is the lack of awareness and training among staff in public spaces. Many service providers, including those in retail stores, restaurants, and government buildings, are not adequately trained to assist people with disabilities. This can result in inadequate support, poor communication, or outright refusal of service, all of which contribute to a frustrating experience for individuals with disabilities. Staff unpreparedness can lead to missed opportunities for providing assistance or accommodations that could enhance the experience of disabled individuals. Proper training is essential for fostering an inclusive and supportive environment in public spaces. Organizations and service providers should invest in disability awareness training for their staff, ensuring they understand the specific needs and accommodations required for people with different disabilities. Do not overlook the importance of customer service for individuals with disabilities. Inaccessible or untrained service providers can further alienate people and perpetuate exclusion. Number 5. Limited access to information. For people with sensory disabilities, such as vision or hearing impairments, access to information in public spaces can be a major obstacle. Printed signs, announcements, and other forms of communication may not be available in accessible formats, such as braille or sign language interpretation. This lack of accessible information can prevent individuals with sensory impairments from navigating public spaces effectively or understanding important announcements and instructions. Information accessibility is a critical component of participation. If people with disabilities cannot access essential information, they are effectively excluded from being able to move around, make informed decisions, or respond to emergencies in public spaces. Public spaces should offer a variety of accessible communication methods, including braille signage, large print materials, audio descriptions, and sign language interpreters. Don't assume that all individuals can access the same forms of information. Accessibility means offering multiple formats that cater to a variety of needs. People with disabilities face significant challenges when trying to access public spaces, from physical barriers and inadequate transportation to social stigma and lack of information. These obstacles not only limit their ability to participate in society, but also perpetuate feelings of exclusion and inequality. To create more inclusive public spaces, it is essential to prioritize accessibility in design, enforce accessibility laws, and promote awareness and training among service providers. By addressing these challenges, we can ensure that people with disabilities have equal opportunities to enjoy and contribute to the world around them. Access to public spaces should be a fundamental right for everyone, and fostering inclusion will lead to stronger, more connected communities.